From the start, Stephanie and Will were very open about their past experiences with their other adoptive son, the relationship that they had with his mother, how they begun this journey in the first place. They were very open about their family's values, their beliefs, the things that they enjoyed. So I really felt like I got a sense for who they were as people, how they wanted to raise a family. And that was able from there, I could trust them right off the bat. I had some requests that I wanted because I wanted to be able to keep the relationship with E alive, especially because him and my daughter are full biological siblings. And they were okay with that. And they wanted that to, be how we went about this adoption. So I think that just right from the start, like being able to trust them, being able to realize that they believe in the same things that I do, it made me realize that they would be great parents for him. So it was an easy decision after that. I shouldn't say easy because I don't think adoption can ever be easy, but it was a decision that made me feel like I was making the right choice and that he would be able to live a life that otherwise I wouldn't have been able to give him, because I know to this day, as hard as it is, that if I would not have made that decision almost 7 years ago, then I would probably still be in a 2-bedroom apartment, as a single mom, still counting my dollars to try to buy formula. And that's not the life that I felt that my daughter deserved. That's not the life that I felt like he deserved. And that's not the life that I wanted for myself either. So I was lucky enough to be able to place him with a family that could give him all of that. And I then was able to work my way up to providing myself and my daughter with the life that I knew that we both deserved too. So.
In a lot of ways, every adoption is totally different and unique. And you've been, one adoption, one adoption. They're just, everything is very different. And so we had already been through one where the baby that we had intended to adopt first, the birth mother changed her mind. It was a family situation. And so we knew the heartache of that experience. And then we knew the joy of having a really deep relationship with my older son's birth mother. And so I knew that that's what I wanted again, just having that relationship, having that trust, and having the opportunity to really get to know Ashley and know her family. And she talked about the first time we met at Starbucks and her mom came, and she was just such a warm person. And, her sharing her own mother's adoption story was really meaningful and powerful for me because, one of the reasons why we have many reasons why we chose adoption, but one of them is because my grandmother was raised in foster care. She was never adopted. All of her siblings were, but her and her closest sibling. And so that was one of the things that always was something that I felt like there's so many children in the world that need families, and this is something that was really meaningful to me. And I think also having Ashley be somebody that was just so warm and open and kind, and from the very beginning, just having those open conversations. And she invited us to one of her prenatal appointments, and I got to be there and see the ultrasound, which was so beautiful and so incredible. And sharing us pictures, and her daughter, and just the close-knit family. We got to meet her dad and her grandma, and just all this different levels of family, and that was just really incredible and special. And even though it was unbelievably challenging emotionally, like security wise, financially, it was really challenging as we fought for E and for Ashley. That really brought us close together. We were texting a lot and sharing just sharing our hopes and our dreams and our what we wanted to see for her life, for her daughter's life, for E's life. And so we've just stayed in touch. And I started with my first son at an email address that is just for communication between his birth mom and Ashley and us. And I did that because I wanted the boys to have a place where they could read every email. They could see every picture. They could see the long-term relationship, even from when they were still in utero, like the whole story. So when they're old enough to see it, they have it. We made the books for them without their adoption story. We did, we have the albums, we have pictures of Ashley and her daughter and their family in his room. We have those things, but we wanted him to also have that. So when he's old enough to understand, he can see the trust, the love, the relationship that we've had, and then having opportunities because we live nearby to see each other and have those really special times for play dates or coming to a soccer game or getting to play together. Anytime I reach out and as he's wanting some kind of information or wanting to know something, Ashley responds. And so it's very lucky. I know that that's so unique to be that included. And I was supposed to be in the delivery room, but he decided to come 3 weeks early. So
like that.
Yeah, exactly. And so I took the red eye and raced home, and it was wonderful to be in the hospital. And we actually had rooms right next to each other, so we could visit each other and kind of wheel his little bassinet back and forth and spend that time together. And that was such a unique and what a blessing to have that experience, to be in the hospital.
Super special.
Yeah, together and have that time as well. So yeah, I feel like the building blocks from when we met, when you were still pregnant, all the way to almost 7 years later, he turned 7 this week. It's just kind of continued over that time as something that is meaningful to us and is going to be so important for his mental health and his self-awareness and his own sense of worth as he gets older.
Yeah. And for me, special for me, and my mental health as well. I mean, just being able to have that relationship, I don't know how I could do it without that relationship.